Hi, I'm Carson Matthews. I'm part of the Ott Planetarium, and today we are going to learn how to make and use a planisphere. For those of you who don't know what a planisphere is, it is a map of the night sky that allows us to locate specific stars and or constellations. Planispheres are very useful because it makes it super easy to find stars at night with no Wi-Fi, so you could do it up camping if you'd like, as well as it gives us overall a better understanding of how the stars move over time. So let's get started. All right, all you will need for this activity is tape, some scissors, and a planisphere outline. For those of you that are a little younger, you will need adult supervision when using the scissors. And as a little side note, be sure to find a planisphere outline that is to your location on the globe. These outlines do change based on where you're at, so just be sure to find the correct planisphere. Now, in our case, the Ott Planetarium Planispheres are located in Ogden, and they are split into the star map, which is right here, as well as the time location outline page. We are going to separate them, but just be sure to not forget about this pin down here, as we will be using it very soon. Okay, now that we have these separated, we're going to start by cutting along the outline of each. Here we go. All right, just about finished with the time location outline. Okay, so this is just the outline of it, as you can see. And just a little note, be sure not to cut the dotted lines here. This is actually where we'll be folding over. And now all that I will be cutting is this inside shapes, which can be a little tricky, so just be careful and make sure your parents are watching if you're younger. And yeah. All right, so now that we're done cutting the planisphere, we can start putting it together. The first thing that we're going to do is, with the pin that was attaching the two earlier in the video, we are going to use that to connect these. And we're going to do that by pinning up the X on this one with the X on this one. And we can do that easiest by, I'm going to start off by poking a hole right here and then kind of taking it back out. That way we can see where the pin needs to go through on the other side. And now I will poke the hole on this one. It's kind of hard to see, but it's right on the little dipper right there. And now I can kind of line this up to get an accurate pin placement. All right, perfect. So now, as you can see, we can spin this and it will stay intact. And the last thing we need to do is simply sandwich it together and tape the corners. And I already have a couple pieces right here, so we can tape right there, as well as right here. Perfect. Here is your planisphere. Okay, so at last we have our planisphere built, ready to go, and now I can show you how to actually use it. So first off, it might look a little complicated at the beginning, but I promise it's not as bad as it seems. The first step to using a planisphere is to line up the time and date that you will be looking up at the stars. And for our Ott Planetarium Planispheres, you can see that the time is in military time. And if you're not familiar with that, just remember that any time in the AM is the exact same, and then any time in the PM is just that time plus 12 hours. For example, let's say I wanted to see what the constellations that were up tonight are. Well, today is June 17th, and I know that it gets dark around 10:30, so let's match up those times. So first let's find 10:30 on this clock. So 10:30 plus 12 is going to be 22:30. So about right there in the middle. And then, oh, look at that. We're like right on June 17th anyway. So just like that, we'll just move a little bit because June 1st is over here. There we go. So right there is about the correct time. Now we can look at this and see what constellations will be up at night. And you might see some favorites of yours. And now the last thing that we need to do is just know what orientation we need to be facing in order to see the accurate alignment of the stars. And the best way to do that is to be facing south while looking down at this. And that way south will be pointing at your belly button. So then when you lift it straight up in the air, you'll notice that north will then be pointing behind you, which is in the direction of north. And that way all of the stars will be lined up accordingly. All right, so today we learned how to create and use a planisphere. We learned the importance of it, how you can take this wherever you want. You don't need Wi-Fi to use it. And you've learned how the stars move over time, as you can see. So this is really cool, something easy to build. And yeah, thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.